We are joined now by our friend, Congressman Jim Jordan, great state of Ohio. I don't know that we've talked to Jim since the Ohio State Buckeyes won the national championship. And so congratulations there. I know you didn't. I know you've got connections to a variety of Big Ten schools over the years. We got a lot to get into with you, but I wanted to start with this. I saw your House Judiciary Committee putting out news. Over 400,000 individual tax returns have been leaked, which is a staggering number. And we wanted to give you an opportunity to kind of explain to all of us how that happened, what's going on, and what you expect to uncover going forward.
By one guy, Clay, who went to the IRS with the specific objective of leaking President Trump's tax return.
Wow.
And in that effort, 405,000 either businesses or individuals have their tax information in violation of, Section 6103, something we've dealt with in a long time here in Congress. But that information goes public, and he gets charged with one count. One
Crazy.
count. It should be 405,000. I mean, for goodness sake. And we hear so much about, Elon Musk having access to sensitive information. Here was a contractor hired by the Biden administration who came in with a specific goal, accomplished that goal, and 405,000 other people also had their information public. And it's the IRS, the same entity, dollars for 80,000 new people to come in there. And yet, Elon Musk can't have access to this information where he's actually going to save taxpayers money. It's so ridiculous. This is the IRS, though. This is big government. It's why, God bless President Trump and the Doge effort, because I think they're highlighting how ridiculous some of these things in government really are.
Congressman Jordan, always appreciate you being with us. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure that I'm getting this right, because this is one of these things where it actually it feels a little mind blowing, even given the stuff we've seen from the government, as bad as a lot of the bureaucracy stuff is. 400,000 tax returns were leaked. How do we know this? And will those people be notified of this? It just seems like
the IRS they are being notified, and that's the least we can do. But remember, this is the same IRS. I mean, we just had Matt Taibbi come and testify again 2 weeks ago, and if you remember, back in December of 2022, Matt Taibbi does one of the Twitter files. An important Twitter file. The very day he releases that Twitter file, which just happened to be December 24th, 2022, Christmas Eve, that very day the IRS opens an investigation into his taxes. They open it that very day, and then 2.5 months later, he's testifying in front of our committee, and while he's testifying, while Democrats are asking him to reveal sources, while they're saying he's a so-called journalist, while they're attacking him, the IRS was knocking on his door. So should we be surprised that the Biden IRS is actually, having somebody get inside there and release President Trump's tax return and a bunch of hundreds of thousands of other American entities as well? I mean, this is how ridiculous. This is why big government is bad. And what we're focused on, what President Trump campaigned on and Elon Musk is now implementing, is so darn important.
Jim, I know there's a ton that you got.
Clay, by the way, with Matt Taibbi, the IRS actually owed him money. You think about it, they were trying to intimidate him, and it turned out they owed him. You can't make this stuff up. So anyway.
I think you know this. I mean, because you listen, Buck is being audited right now. I have been.
Good times. Really fun.
I never was audited in my entire life until we took over this show. Every one of my tax returns since I started this show has been audited. One of them, Congressman, the IRS told me I owed $39.75. I mean, I don't know who they've got on $39.75.
You're lucky Doge didn't find you first, Clay. That $39.
I don't know who they got pouring through my tax returns, but I don't know how many people have ever gotten a back tax owed bill of $39.75, but I did. And so
it's like,
this. When you look, and you've met Elon and you've had the opportunity to interact with him, can you believe that Democrats have decided that the hill they want to die on is being aggressive to try to cut waste and spending is unacceptable? Some of this stuff I just can't believe is a real argument.
No, I agree. I caught you. I forget where I saw you doing an interview, and you were making this point. No, I mean, instead of helping us stop the stupid spending, let's attack the guy who's exposing the stupid spending. Like, what? That's your That's your political position as a party. I mean, that's the position you're going to take, and take that to the folks I get the privilege of representing in West Central and North Central Ohio, farmers and people who work in manufacturing and the good regular families. They're like, what are you talking about? I'd actually like for you to stop the stupid spending. Yeah, I don't get it. But if they want to do that, God bless them. We'll keep talking about the crazy things that their tax money is being used for, and working to stop it, work along with Elon Musk.
What are the most important things, Congressman Jordan, that you are looking to do and to get other members of Congress on board for? So much of what we've seen so far is obviously executive branch action stuff from the White House, from the Oval Office, President Trump, from Elon and others, his cabinet, various cabinet secretaries. We haven't been, it must be interesting. Congress isn't getting beat up over all this stuff right now. Congress is sort of on the side as everyone's focused on the executive branch. What do you want to see the House do in order to assist in cleaning up all the stuff that's going on here? I mean, what's feasible and what's on the agenda?
Well, first is reconciliation. I mean, we got a budget package that we're hoping to pass today. We're trying to round up the votes for that. But this budget resolution would allow us to, it sets the stage for us to cut taxes, cut spending, help with national defense, and secure the border, which, go figure. That sounds like we're being Republicans. It sounds like we're doing what we told the voters we were going to do. So that's where primary focus is in the Congress right now, is getting this package moving so we can actually do via reconciliation, which is, I'm sure you've talked to your listeners many times, is just a fancy word for you don't need 60 votes in the Senate to do the things that you want to do when it relates to budgeting and spending. So that's what we're really focused. But we are going to have to codify some of the stuff that Elon Musk is identifying. And understand, there's been efforts over the years to do. Citizens Against Government Waste and other fine organizations have highlighted some of this stuff over the years, the earmarks, the bridge to nowhere, stupid things that money gets spent on. But there's never been this kind of intensity and focus and effort with the media attention on Elon Musk and President Trump campaigning on it and saying Elon is going to be the guy who ran Doge. That is what is new and I think dynamic and giving so much attention to this, which is needed, frankly, when you look at the $1 trillion deficits we're running and the $36 trillion debt that's now piled up. So that's where we got to focus. At some point, we're going to have to codify what Elon is identifying in his team, but also we got to get this reconciliation package done.
I mentioned Ohio State off the top. Obviously, the vice president, Ohio State Buckeye grad. I know he was happy to see that win over Notre Dame. You are also involved, in addition to a billion other things going on, NIL and college athletics. I think I saw coming across the line a little bit earlier today was that there's going to be a hearing surrounding that. Am I right? Where are we going? For people out there who are big college sports fans, what are you examining?
Well, we're actually doing something that typically doesn't happen all that often on Capitol Hill. We're actually going to do hearings where we're trying to get information, where there's not some predetermined outcome that some bill we want to pass or some objective we're trying to achieve. Everyone loves college sports. We want them to be around. I watched the Oklahoma State-Iowa match on tape last night when I got home late, and we love college sports, and most people it's football, basketball, but there's so many other sports. We want to make sure they're all doing well. We met with Charlie Baker. We met with, and through some of the work with you, Clay, we've met with some of the commissioners from some of the big conferences. So we're looking at doing some hearings and field hearings where we talk to people involved in college athletics and see, we want to make sure this continues. It's been such an amazing thing, and it's different from most other countries where it's all club level, different kind of concept, this idea that sports are good for students and student athletes. That's why we have them in school. And when you get to the top level, Division I athletics, it's really important to Americans. So we're going to have some of these hearings where we bring in people. We're kind of waiting for this House decision when it's finalized, so we sort of know exactly what's there. But we're actually going to solicit information. Imagine that, Congress trying to get information and figure out what's the best way to move forward. And should we move forward at all as in Congress, or do you just let the marketplace work? So those are the questions we have, and we're trying to get answers to.
Congressman, have you ever seen such a lack of gusto from your counterparts on the Democrat side in the Congress? It is a remarkable moment in American history right now. It's just the deafening sound of crickets chirping as Trump is doing all this stuff. There's not much happening from them. Where do you think that goes? Are they going to just summertime decide that they're going to focus in on healthcare for the midterms or something? How does it work?
Well, I mean, yeah, they're going to keep fighting. The left is the left, and they don't like the idea that we, the people, are in charge. I mean, I would say this is the fundamental fight. It's what you're seeing with Musk. It's like, oh, no. It's the bureaucrats. It's the Faucis of the world who are supposed to run things. The experts. It can't be we, the people, via the people we actually elect into office. It can't be that model. That's the Constitution. We don't want that. We want the bureaucrats to run things. So that's the fundamental fight. They're still going to be the left. But you're right. The momentum is all, and the energy is all on President Trump's side and the Republican side. And you see that with the fact that every single person he has nominated, with the exception of Mr. Gates, but every single one has been confirmed. And now we have Dan Bongino going to go help Cash. We got Pam Bondi, Todd Blanche coming into Justice Department. I mean, it's the team he has put together, good, sharp people who understand they're supposed to be in those positions to serve we, the people. That's the attitude that was, I think, reflective in the election, and that's the attitude you see in these folks. And I'm excited about it all.
Jim, what should we know about the time frame here on bills getting passed? I know there's been a discussion, one bill, two bills, one big, beautiful bill. What is the current process, I guess, under which this is playing out on Capitol Hill? And what should we know from a time frame perspective based on what you know?
No, good question. And I fell along tactically, one bill, two bill, 10 bills. I don't care. I just want to get done what we said we were going to do. But the one bill approach is the budget for creating that vehicle is supposed to happen tonight. Now, the speaker said we may or may not be able to get the votes tonight, but I think we can. We're working on that. And then the final package, the timeline that the speaker's laid out and Leader Thune has talked about is sometime in April. Where we would get that one big, beautiful bill, or if it's two and you got to do a second one, okay. But the idea with one is to get it done sometime in April so that those tax cuts are in place. They stay in place. The new tax cuts come into place. The money needed for Tom Homan to do his job and secure our border, because it takes revenue, it takes resources to do that. And then some money for our national defense, which, again, are all the things we campaigned on. That's the timeline that the speaker's laid out, and that's what we're trying to meet.
What do you think of the chances, Congressman Jordan, that for the first and maybe only time, you'll be a part of a bill that's actually called One Big Beautiful Bill? I think it has a nice ring to it. I'm just throwing that out there,
does. And it's so President Trump, and you guys have spent time around him like I have, and he's a special guy, and what a leader, and the optimism and love he has for the country is just it's phenomenal, and I think the bill's appropriately named. So let's hope we can get it done tonight, get that first step done later this evening.
Fantastic. Congressman Jim Jordan of Ohio, appreciate you, sir. Thanks so much. We'll talk soon.
Take care.
Virtually every family has memories captured on film, videotape, even old film reels. But how do you preserve those memories? That old media is deteriorating over time. Plus, you could lose it, you misplace it. You'll never be able to enjoy those memories again. That's why the time to act is now. Get them digitized with our friends at Legacybox. They've done this now for 1.5 million families. They've done it for Clay's family and my family. So if you're the historian of your family, the keeper of the photos and the videos, take them out of those dusty boxes in the attic or the basement and get your Legacybox going now. The process is super easy. Just go online to legacybox.com/buck to get started. They'll digitally transfer everything by hand and give you back those digital files. Plus, they update you at every step in the process. Now's the perfect time, and Legacybox is the perfect company to trust with your precious memories. Don't put this project off any longer. You'll be amazed at how easy Legacybox makes it. Go to legacybox.com/buck and save 50% off when you preserve your past with Legacybox. That's legacybox.com/BUCK, legacybox.com/buck.